Well, in a matter of moments, we'll be going to Meadowlands for that historic game. But first, final comments from our panel. John, Roberto Baggio, the world's #1 footballer. What influence is he going to have today?
Well, he was very disappointing in '90. And it depends now how he's developed over the last 4 years. If he's the player that he's supposed to be, then he could cause us problems. But I have my doubts about him.
OK, well, your prediction then for this one?
I would go for the draw in the match. I would fear for us if we go a goal behind. I think we're better level or in front, but overall I'll go for a draw.
Frank?
Yeah, I'll go for a draw as well. No score.
No score. And Joe, you're convinced an Irish win by a goal?
1-0.
What?
Total control in midfield, 1-0.
All right, OK, we're going to leave it at that. It's a special day in our sports history for Ireland's opening match and our second successive World Cup finals. And we go to Giant Stadium to join our match commentator, George Hamilton, with Niall Quinn.
Welcome to the Giant Stadium, Meadowlands, New Jersey, for this most important of football matches. The first step along the way for the Republic of Ireland against Italy in this group of the World Cup finals. Yes, it's a day and a half. I think everyone's agreed on that. The Giant Stadium is full to capacity. Plenty of Irish in evidence. Not so many Italians outside the stadium, but they're in here now. And obviously here to enjoy a great day out, American style. Niall Quinn is with me in the commentary box. Niall, thoughts now as the moment approaches for this to get underway?
That's right, it's the moment of truth, all right. But to be quite honest, it's been interesting listening to the lads back in the studio. I think they're all dead right. You know, the Italians fear us, and we've got to use that to our advantage. And with 5 players across the midfield, if they all hit song and ease into the game well and start well, I think we can stay at the very least level for a long time in this game. And then, as you know, if the rub of the green comes, as one of the boys mentioned earlier, we'll go 1-up. And as John said, we're best in front, and that might just happen.
Well, now, it's a very hot and humid day, and this is a vast bowl of a place with the crowd almost sheer up the sides and that baseball-type wall around the edges. It's going to be pretty hot and heavy down there.
Well, yes, we knew that from a long time ago. But the lads have worked as hard as they can. I don't think that will come into it, certainly not in the first half. And I think, you know, really, they've got to forget about all that and start the game well. Because if you start well and you're playing well and you feel well in yourself, you'll do that, you know, the extra 20 minutes near the end of the game when normally you start to feel tired, you'll play well as well. So we've got to forget all about the conditions, take in the atmosphere, because sometimes the fans help you. And just, you know, if you look around the ground here, it's full of Irish. I mean, there's very few Italy compared to Ireland, and that'll help the boys as well. So certainly take the good things in, but try and forget all about the heat.
Yeah, well, now the Italians, of course, we've already heard them mention Baggio back in Dublin, the 2 Baggio brothers in this team. Of course, Roberto Baggio, the World Player of the Year, the European Player of the Year, but with an all-Milanese back 4, and Pagliuca, the Sampdoria goalkeeper behind them. It's certainly a very stout Italian defence that Tommy Coyne and those coming from the midfield are going to have to try and break down.
That's right. I mean, training towards the end of the week dealt solely with those. You know, earlier on in the build-up, there was no mention of Italy, but with 2 or 3 days ago, they started talking slight little things, and suddenly Baresi's name came into it, and in the end, Jack got a little bit fed up. He said, look, lads, we're paying too much attention to them, enough of that. And as in Jack's style, we went off and did crossing and finishing or something. So, yes, they certainly will. They're super players, but it's important that the lads realise that they're great players. You know, probably Tommy Coyne is there thinking he's playing against great players, and, you know, on paper it's not, he's not probably up to their standard, but he's got to believe that they fear him. And he's got a great build-up in the Italian press, I know that, and he might just, you know, have one of those days when he becomes a superstar.
Isn't this really the thing, though, that you've got to cross that divide into believing, not into stopping looking at the opposition and saying they're great, and say we're great as well?
That's right. It was interesting to hear Bill O'Herlihy say there's a feeling that we're not quite as good. That's not really true on ground level. It may come across, you know, in a general level, but these lads are players who want to be the best, and they're going to give their all. But they're not going out there saying, look, lads, we're not as good as this team, but we'll give our all anyway. They're getting, you know, the likes of Dennis Irwin. Dennis Irwin hasn't a full-back to match him in Europe, and we've got to believe stuff like that. Andy Townsend could become a world-class name, not just a name in Europe, but a world-class player today, or a world-class name. And we've got to believe in things like that and help us.
Well, the noise around the stadium will tell you that this is the moment for the entry of the Gladiators at walking pace. The Irish being led out for the 16th time by Andy Townsend in his new blonde hair. And alongside him is the Italian captain, Franco Baresi. Just listen to the noise. Steve Staunton wearing a baseball cap. Indeed, so too is Ray Houghton, to shield themselves until the last possible moment from the heat. What a marvelous occasion for everybody, not only here in New York or New Jersey, to be absolutely accurate, but all those watching all across the land. And believe it or not, you are seeing pictures that we can't see, because in the commentary position there is no international feed whatsoever. So we'll just have to do our best in the circumstances.
See Jack there, he's walking along gracefully, seems to be enjoying himself. I wonder if he's really that cool underneath, George.
Well, you'd have to wonder on a day like today. But you were involved when this happened last in Rome 4 years ago. You see a difference now from the way they're looking at this to what it was that day?
Yes, I mean, it's already been mentioned that we are now a world-class team, and that's beginning to take shape. There's a little bit more expected of us, but the lads are a little bit better players. They're on the world stage now, and here they are, national anthems before the opening of the World Cup in Italy, against Italy, and you'd have to say it's a much bigger occasion, and we're a better team now.
Well, let's just enjoy the anthems and enjoy the occasion. So that's the Italian anthem, which is certainly setting some records for duration. But let us now enjoy this moment, R.T.E in the USA. Slower tempo than Inspector John King and the band of Angara Shikona in Lansdowne Road, but there it is just the same. And indeed they haven't stopped yet. Now they have. And what a great occasion, a great day. I'd say the biggest day in Irish international soccer history, the start of this tournament. Now the moment that Steve Staunton removes the baseball cap. Jack Charlton in shirt sleeves on the pitch with his squad. And the Italians in a change strip of white shirts and blue shorts. Because right now it's the time that they just want to get on with it.
Now photographs, there's a lot of formalities now, photographs, stuff like that. The boys are just wanting to get this over with. You know, if the pressmen had the way, they'd keep them there for 20 minutes, but you know, the butterflies have all gone. It's all about hard work now. You look at them there, they're lean, they're ready to go.
So the Irish break away to the goal to the right, which is the southern end of this stadium in New Jersey, just across the Hudson River from Manhattan. And Italy will defend the goal to the left in the first half for the Sampdoria goalkeeper, a back four, all from Milan. Donadoni and Albertini in the midfield from Milan. Baggio and Ivani, Juventus and Sampdoria, and the other Baggio, the famous man, Roberto, in front, and Signori out on the left. Just 4 of the Italian team that beat Ireland in the quarterfinals in 1990 survived. Baresi, Maldini, Donadoni and Roberto Baggio. There are 5 in the Irish starting lineup, plus John Sheridan, who came on as a substitute that day for John Aldridge. Packy Bonner, Steve Staunton, Ray Hout, Paul McGrath and Andy Townsend have all played against these Italians before. Now that's the Italian lineup. Familiar names, of course, from the European champions. Tassotti, Costacorta, Baresi, Maldini, Donadoni and Albertini, the 6 from Milan. But all eyes will be on the Juventus captain, Roberto Baggio, who's expected to be one of the stars of this tournament. All 22 players prepare for the match. 2 outfield plus 1 substitute goalkeeper can be used. It's Italy against Ireland. That's the way it lines up on the program sheet, because the Italians were top seeds in the Giants Stadium. There's that Irish lineup. Packy Bonner in goal. The back four, Erwin McGrath, Babenfield, and Ray Houghton on the right, Steve Staunton on the left. Keane, Sheridan and Townsend in the middle. And Tommy Coyne making his 15th international appearance. 4 goals in those matches. One of them in the United States on tour here. Tommy is leading the Irish attack. The referee, Mario van der Ende from Holland, who refereed Denmark against Spain in our qualifying group. Denmark won that 1-0. What's to happen here? It's Ireland playing right to left with Dennis Irwin. And Houghton immediately charging in behind the defence. And Baresi clears, but only as far as Staunton to shoot. And after 11 seconds, the first shot on goal. And it comes from Steve Staunton.
Well, would you believe, I was down the dressing room an hour ago and Jack Charlton told Stan to shoot with that left foot of his, but I didn't think he was expecting him to do it that quick.
Well, that's a great encouraging start, and certainly the team playing, behaving as if they were indeed among the elite, and deservedly so. Phil Babb, that's away by Costacorta. Donadoni, Roberto to Donadoni. Then it's Baresi. And now it's Costacorta once again. Too long from Baresi. And Bonner leaves his goal for a first touch of the ball. Packy Bonner, 74th goal between the posts for Ireland. And what a place to set a new record of international caps. Coyne went up but was beaten by Dino Baggio. Then it's Dennis Irwin. Houghton trying to get in behind the defence. Baresi there to see if he can let it roll out of play. A little nudge from Ray Houghton just to remind him that he's there.
Yes, well, Ray's trained so hard all week, and you can see he's so keen to get in behind that defender already. Master plan by Jack to get him on his toes, but as you can see, he's out there raring to go.
It's so many facets, man management, team management, and in the case of Jack Charlton and Ray Houghton, it certainly worked. Roy Keane's first touch. Dennis Irwin. Inside Maldini, it's Coyne. But back to tidy, Dino Baggio. No, handball. The referee was blindside. Keane says it hit him in the face. So that's the Dutchman in charge of the game. And the free kick asking a lot of Sandro Costacorta and Donadoni of unfond memory. Baresi. Roberto Baggio. Baresi. Ivani. Roberto Baggio. Ivani once more. Roberto Baggio and Ivani. Sheridan trying to dispossess him. Eventually Irwin does, and the throw is Ireland's. And it's Sheridan once again. For Coyne, Costa Curta got in ahead of him. Maldini waits, leaves it for Dino Baggio. That was Townsend in, now it's Maldini, and Keane wins it back. And there was a stamp of authority from Roy Keane. Costa Curta. Baresi. It's Baggio and the Albertini. Phelan knocking away. Baresi. Costa Curta. Mauro Tassotti. Donadoni. Challenged by Keane. Now it's Staunton. Keane again. Staunton. For Phelan up the line. The race on here. Phelan's cross. Too close to the keeper. But there was an offside earlier on. Much earlier on. And so they're pulled back for a free kick. Dino Baggio. It's Keane. And back it goes to Bonner. Roberto Baggio. Cut out by McGrath, and now it's Babb. Sheridan. Phelan. Townsend making the run. Costa Curta comes with him. Townsend there first. But no one in the middle, and Maldini sees it back to Pagliuca. Five minutes gone in Giant Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. Italy 0, Ireland 0. Costa Curta, Albertini, Baresi. Baggio. Albertini then Tassotti. That was Staunton. Albertini trying to thread it through to Signori. McGrath mistiming it. Donadoni, Baggio, Albertini. And that's Dino Baggio. Brother Roberto unable to control it. Keane, Irwin, and McGrath. Back again from Dino Baggio. And McGrath. This time it's Baggio in the seat. And feeding his brother. There's the key combination of the midfield at this stage. Tassotti through Staunton's challenge. Tassotti and Signori just marginally in the wrong place. McGrath for Houghton. And that's gone straight to Albertini, but now it's with John Sheridan. And again from Irwin. Babb back to Bonner.
Very interesting to see Baggio. He has dropped so deep in the first opening few minutes of this game. And it's a bit of a puzzle really for the two defenders, Paul and Phil. They don't know whether to go with him, and I think really, you know, they should have their plan and go with him everywhere. But he certainly is dropping very deep.
Won by Maldini, on by Albertini. McGrath. Costa Curta. Signori. Baggio. Covadino. Too far for Donadoni. But no concessions to the heat and the humidity in the pace that this game is being played. Roberto Baggio's 37th international appearance. The previous 36 have yielded 19 goals. Key goals they've been among them. Coyne. Baggio on for Signori. It's Signori against McGrath. And McGrath got there ahead of him. And Bonner able to clear. Well, he had the pace when it mattered. Tassotti. Albertini. Ivani. It's Keane. And the Italians booing the Catenaccio approach of the Irish. Lost their memory crossing the Atlantic. Well, that's just one phalanx of the green and white. Donadoni. Townsend with him. Back for Baggio. Albertini. And Maldini. Dino Baggio. Baresi. Ivani. Maldini. Donadoni. Dino Baggio. Donadoni. Too high for Roberto Baggio. And Maldini's pass too far for Ivani.
Interesting there to see Roy Keane and Paul McGrath actually talk about Baggio dropping off, and they're going to try and sort it out between the two of them. So they get to grips with early on at this stage of the game. Sure, we won't have too many problems.
So they desert the area in front of Paki Bonner and move up to halfway. And this is not meeting with the approval of the Italians. In the crowd, that is. Townsend for Coyne. No power in the shot to trouble Pagliuca.
That would be good for Tom, though. He'll have liked to have got a feel of it, a sight of goal, if you like. He now knows he can get a shot in this match.
One by McGrath. Coyne chasing Costa Curta. On by Donadoni. Bab. Offside flag has been raised. Baresi. Ivani. Baresi. First chance of Italia. Ivani. Roberto Baggio. Signori in a good position, but not finishing satisfactorily. Giuseppe Signori of Lazio teaming with the mercurial Roberto Baggio. Sheridan. Baresi, onto it comes Houghton. And Houghton with the shot, and it's there! Ray Houghton! Bring me back, and I'll do the job for you, Jack. And he's done just that after only 11 minutes. What splendid, sparkling opportunism for the old left peg this time. Remember Stuttgart 88. It's Ray Houghton once again. It's Italy 0. It's Ireland 1.
This is incredible. I mean, we talked about it all week, whether Jack would play him, would he respond to what Jack had said? And I mean, is this the master plan of the year or what?
Let's count no chickens, but let's just think. They're in the right place now. We're in front. Tassotti. Maldini away. Now here's Sheridan. Dennis Irwin. The offside up again against Staunton. Very nearly decapitated the photographer, but that's Ray Houghton's 4th international goal. And you have to go back a long, long way to find Ray Houghton's name on the score sheet, but the most crucial of all his goals in his career was the one he scored to date in Stuttgart in 1988. But today in New York, or New Jersey, Ray Houghton hits the jackpot once again. Italy have a throw-in. And time for Packie Bonner to do some defending. And no trouble in the end to it. Well, that'll take some getting over, that moment.
I bet Ray Houghton, he's feeling about 8 foot tall now. I mean, again, he was right over this side of the pitch, and you know, Jack questioning his appetite for the game. Well, he started probably better than perhaps he ever was. I mean, you can see him; he's actually got behind there full back 2 or 3 times before he scored. And if he links well with Tom, you know, you can see that being a very, very fruitful little part of the game.
You made the point very, very early in it that he was getting in behind Maldini. He's certainly very, very eager. That's won by Baresi. It's now Albertini. Maldini. And there's that old chant again. A little early at 14 minutes, but it's good to hear it. They'll have to score 2 to do it. Yes, Ray Houghton getting his first international goal against England in Stuttgart 6 years ago. He scored against Malta in the World Cup at Lansdowne Road in 1989, and he last scored in the 3-0 victory over Northern Ireland on the 11th of October 1989. Almost 5 years ago since he scored a goal, but that's his 4th in the green shirt, one to treasure. But back to the game, lads. There's a long way to go. Well, can he afford to smile? But you could almost say this is where it all began when you think of that day in Stuttgart.
That's right, yes. It's been one long, happy journey, and the longer it continues, the better. And with the way we started, I think it might go on a little bit longer than 2 weeks, as we first thought.
Costa Curta. Tommy Coyne penalised. It's Baresi. And that's away harmlessly. This was the moment they fired that in left foot, and then watch this somersault. He may well have been otherwise occupied when that happened live. It was worth seeing it in reprise. Irish throw, 15 minutes gone. Italy 0, Ireland 1. Just another football match, he said. Can't believe that for a moment. Big, big occasion, big, big night. McGrath. Irwin. And back again for Bonner. Now, Houghton. Cut out by Baresi. In goes Townsend. That's Keane. Pass back from halfway by John Sheridan. And by Costa Curta. Now it's Keane. Tidied by Paul McGrath. Once again, but the whistle had sounded a free kick against Paolo Maldini.
It's a couple of times he's been picked up for that. The referee is obviously taking no chances. Any use of the elbow at all, he's penalising. And that may well help Tommy Coyne up front.
Free kick taken by Irwin to Staunton. No offside. Townsend. Townsend again. And if only it had fallen better for him, that could have been 2. Staunton's cross, and he beat the offside trap, but the ball spun away from him unkindly. Baresi. Now that's for Signori. Turning bad. Signori's shot go wide.
Phil Babb made it very difficult for him there. His pace came into play. You know, another one of Jack's selections there, Babb in front of Kernahan. Big game for him to play, and with pace like that, he'll be all right.
And of course, the more he plays, the more confident he gets. Staunton towards Coyne. Here's Townsend. Played out wide for Houghton, but intercepted by Maldini. Roberto Baggio. Maldini. And Bonner makes the save. Phelan. Babb. And Houghton. Sheridan. Houghton again. Coyne. Houghton once more. Never mind that left foot of his now. Staunton. Out off Tassotti. Irish throw. Tommy Coyne. Staunton. Away by Costa Curta, but here comes Phelan. Phelan's cut back. Away by Baresi. The Irish continue to press. The clock shows almost 20 minutes gone. And a scoreline that has Irish eyes a-smiling.
There seems to be a look of worry in that man's eyes there. He knows he's in a game.
Foul throw against Steve Staunton. He tends to send them way up in the air. Gets a bit more distance on it this time. Dennis Irwin. Townsend, Keane. Too strong for Phelan. Tassotti. Baresi. Maldini. Ivani. Baggio. Signori. Baggio. Albertini. Tassotti. Baggio. Albertini. Dino Baggio. And in goes Roberto Baggio. McGrath's head got there. Dino Baggio once more. Again it's McGrath. And now Baggio once again. Signori. Baggio. And once more Paul McGrath, the man to the rescue. And Coyne lays it up beautifully for John Sheridan, who has to wait and hold it up like a centre forward and then get it back to Irwin. Houghton. Tommy Coyne. And Baresi puts it out of play. Well, was trying to work a bit of magic for Roberto Baggio, but 3 times Paul McGrath came to the rescue. Houghton back again for Dennis Irwin. Now it's Sheridan. In goes Townsend. Released to Tassotti. Donadoni. Albertini. Baggio. Ryan Sheridan's challenge. Still Roberto Baggio. In for Signori.
Baggio once again dropping deep there. That's the worry. That's their big game plan. Baggio dropping deep and players playing off him when he does get the ball. And he was allowed to time there. You see all the time in the world to turn. Played it through. Luckily for us, just too far for Signori. But Phil Babb was there. Again, evident that pace.
As we can expect this, they're not going to lie down and die in this, the Italians. However notoriously slow they are at starting, they not want to begin this with a defeat. Maldini, Ivani, Baresi, Signori against Babb, but Babb in command, under instruction from Bonner. Got it away. And a bit of unhappiness between the goalkeeper and the centre half.
That's right, a small bit of a misunderstanding there. Phil was probably trying to leave it for Packy to clear, and in the end had to play out the touch himself. But that's good. They'll get chatting to each other, giving out to each other. That's good. They'll sort it out.
Costa Corta for Donadoni. Tassotti, the ball was out. Down comes the water. Jack Charlton and McBurn dispensing first aid on the touchline. Phelan's throw. Coyne with a header in field. Sheridan and Townsend. And now Dennis Irwin. Ray Houghton. Just pulled too far behind the players in front. Dino Baggio. Signori. Baggio again. Ivani. And Baggio. Maldini. Albertini. And Roberto Baggio. The elder by 5 years of the two brothers at 27. Here he is again. And that's the younger fellow. Over the head of Ivani and away. Point was offside. Baresi. Ivani. Albertini. Dino Baggio, brought down by Sheridan. The free kick has been taken, but will have to be taken again because the referee wasn't ready. 26 minutes gone. Italy 0, Ireland 1. Ray Houghton after 11 minutes. Free kick taken, in went Ivani, and out came Bonner, and that's that moment of danger past.
Dennis Irwin, he actually saw the run early, got into a good defender's position, and the danger passed. But Jack will be pleased with that because he had a decision to make there between Gary and Dennis won it. He started very well.
Donadoni. Baresi. Signori. Baggio. Beaten by Andy Townsend, and now it's Keane. Houghton. Staunton. Paul McGrath aiming for either or, Houghton or Keane, and found precisely neither. It's hot work. Off Baggio's told by McGrath. Now it's Donadoni, Signori, Tassotti, Donadoni, Tassotti, dispossessed by Staunton. Phelan making ground up the left, back comes Costa Curta, and the ball wins the race into the corner. It's a goal kick. Albertini, Pino Baggio, Ivani, Maldini, Roberto Baggio, Signori, and Baggio. And the first clear strike he's had on goal. They worked it well, but he didn't even postpone it into a save.
Once again, a little bit worrying to see Baggio actually given the time to receive the ball and turn and run at our defence. This time his shot was off target, but we'll just have to try and master that. It's going to be hard. He's one of the best players in the world. But I'm sure Jack will be thinking that, and there'll be more than one or two words said at half-time.
It's Keane. A touch of their own meds. The Italian teams for years have been good at that. Closing up a game. Was on for Townsend and the two skippers in direct opposition. Then Keane goes in and fouls Albertini. It's a good look at Andy's new hairstyle. It was Phelan's challenge of Donadoni, and that's going to be a card for Terry Phelan. For that challenge on Roberto Donadoni. Just to repeat, should he not pick up another card in the opening round and Ireland progress, this card will be wiped out. That's the ruling for this World Cup. Free kick finds Baggio. Signori. That was Babb's interception. Now it's Sheridan. Irwin. And Ray Houghton. And Irwin again. Sheridan. Signori cut it out. Costa Curta. Now it's McGrath and Irwin. And back to Bonner.
Well, I think the lads have settled down. What do you think?
They're beginning to enjoy it. Coyne won that unfairly. That was the foul that earned Terry Phelan his booking on Roberto Donadoni. Tassotti. Phelan in the way again. Dino Baggio. It seemed to have plenty of pace and power, but it lacked a lot in accuracy. Well off the target. Kind of wide.
Absolutely. I think Packy will be happy with the lads there. They didn't allow the ball to come across the middle, and you know, should one of them go in from 30 yards, it would probably deserve to, but chances are it won't. So the lads will be quite happy the way they defended that last move.
It's McGrath. Phelan. Coyne. And he's pulled over by Costa Curta. So a free kick against the Milan central defender. And we have Steve Staunton and John Sheridan together. Staunton might try to fire one in. Or will it be Sheridan to, well, play the long one up the line? Staunton with a cross, gone behind. Cassotti, Paresi. Townsend, Keane, Irwin, Tommy Coyne, Hudson. Over the top, and a goal kick. And that a new baseball cap for the manager. And Staunton unable to control that. It's a throw to Italy. Signori could have made more of it. 35th minute, 1-0 Ireland.
Once again, very casually left there by Paul. Him and Phil Babb seem to have the situation under control at this stage. The only slight problem being Basher dropping off, but that's good. I mean, we've played over half an hour now, and we look very comfortable back there. So much so that, you know, that Jack will probably concentrate most of his team talk at half-time on going forward, because I think we can go and score another one here.
McGrath. And once again, back to Bonner. Offside. It's Ireland's. The first time the Italians have been so caught. Get up, says Irwin. And they immediately hoist it up towards Coyne. And it's off the head of Tassotti. Phelan. Handball. Tassotti, free kick. Sheridan. Too close to the keeper.
And just a little bit too high for Andy Townsend. They practiced that in training just to get Andy in early, and you know, the slightest glancing ahead is all that Andy was looking for there, but the ball was just a little bit too high.
Phelan's throw. Now Keane. And went Townsend too vigorously. Free kick. Signori, Baggio, Keane in the way. Keane again. Townsend. And Keane. Time for a little breather. Once again, chance to pause for breath. 7.5 minutes to half-time. Italy 0, Ireland 1. Tassotti remaining with satisfaction out of beating Staunton, but he's given the ball away. Now it's Houghton. Unfortunate. Ivani. Here comes McGrath. Houghton once again. Free kick for obstruction by Albertini. So the slow march forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Tommy Coyne is right there. Dennis Irwin's free kick. Coyne couldn't rise quite high enough, but he was pushing anyway in the view of Mr. van der Ende, the Dutch referee, and it's a goal kick.
He's been very strict, hasn't he, the referee, in all cases of people going for the ball in the air. I think you have to win a header really, really cleanly to satisfy him. So, but then Tommy can also use that to his advantage, and, you know, I won't say dive and stuff like that, but if he does get a knock and this referee is giving him, you know, make it look as if it's worse than it actually was.
Won by Costa Curta, and offside against Signori. Phelan. Townsend almost in behind Costa Curta. Throw-in taken quickly by Staunton. Townsend put it across behind. From a distance with the haircut, he could pass for Steve Staunton. It's actually slightly more blonde in reality than it looks on the screen. Maybe it'll be a lucky charm. Donadoni. For Signori. Donadoni. Baggio. Trying to find Signori, that was Bav. Now Keane. Great play by Phil Bav, who's really grown into his role as Paul McGrath's partner. Coyne. Townsend. Vigorous as ever. Houghton. Sheridan. Irwin. And Houghton, the goal scorer. 4 minutes to half-time. Eventually, Maldini getting the better of him. Albertini. And Baresi. Costa Curta. Notice when he plays for Milan, you'll often see him in the right half position or the inside right position, pushing forward, but he just hasn't got across halfway in this match. Baresi. Albertini. Tassotti. Donadoni. Tassotti. Donadoni. Threaded through for Baggio. Albertini. Cleared by McGrath. Now Costa Curta. Albertini. Oh, here's Baggio. Who's coming to help me? Maldini. Again, it's McGrath away. Albertini. Evani. Baggio. Evani. Albertini. Poor pass. Dennis Irwin. John Sheridan. And Terry Phelan. It's a foul. Signori on Staunton. And a chance to take on some water. It's bad. Phelan. Costa Curta, in came Sheridan. Now it's McGrath. Houghton. Irwin. Tommy Coyne. They're well inside the final minute. Coyne with a little glancing header that just spun wide of the post.
I think Tommy is doing everything Jack has asked of him up to now. He's causing a lot of problems back there. It's not very often you see Baresi as troubled as he is today. There was always going to be a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, but he's handled it very, very well up to now.
Italy with a free kick as the first half comes to a close. Tassotti. Baggio, in goes Signori, and out comes Bonner.
The whole game plan surrounds Baggio, doesn't it? He drops off all the time, and when he doesn't do it, they're all looking and waiting for him to do something magic with it. You know, it's the only real worry I think we've got.
McGrath, the offside again. And in fact, it's the final whistle of the half. And they can be well delighted with what has happened before their very eyes. Ray Houghton, 32 years young, 59th international appearance, and his first international goal in almost 5 years. And that's the difference between these two sides on this day in New Jersey.
Well, George, are we seeing history in the making? It's been absolutely first class up to now. Baggio is a worry, but he's not really a worry because he's getting a bit frustrated. I think Jack Charlton will be going in there now and saying, lads, we can win this 2 or 3. I mean, okay, I know we should get overconfident, but we shouldn't sit back either because I think there's another goal in us. And they're a very, very worried team. They'll obviously make plans to change all that, but so far, so good.
So far, so good is right. It's half-time, it's Italy 0, Ireland 1.
So far, so good, and looking good, according to Niall Quinn there. What do you think, John Giles? A quick, brief comment?
Excellent performance, deserved to be in front. Everything that Jack would expect, I think, from the first half.
Frank, your view?
Superb for me. Great discipline, great commitment from the players, which we expected all the time, but great feeling now, isn't it?
It is a great feeling. Is it, Joe, you predicted an Irish win? Happy man at the moment?
I would be, yeah. That was a magnificent performance. They're looking very solid. Game plans working the treats, and first 15 minutes will be important in the second half.
All right, we're going to have more discussion with the panel after this commercial break.